24,107. We have the 5-box break of 24-25 Upper Deck Series 2. On a heater, Wyatt Johnston for Dallas, Young Guns for Edmonton, Phil Kemp, and a welcome aboard for Anaheim of Olin Zellweger. Clear cut base for Buffalo of Peyton Krebs, bang for your puck speckle for Anaheim of Radko Gudas, and an electricity for Dallas of Wyatt Johnston. On tour for Utah of Keller and Cooley, Brandon Busey, Young Guns for Boston, electricity of Elias Pettersson for Vancouver. Canvas of Brad Marchand for Boston, Young Guns renewed, Matthew Barzal for the Islanders, and an on tour for Buffalo of Thompson and Dahlin. Canvas of Tristan Jarry for Pittsburgh, portraits for Vancouver of Quinn Hughes, and an electricity for Washington of Ovechkin. Outburst base, Noah Dobson for the New York Islanders, dual Young Guns of Celebrini and Mishkov for San Jose and Philly, random. Electricity for Toronto of Nylander. Canvas of Bowen Byram for Buffalo. Young Guns renewed for Buffalo. Jack Eichel and a Travis Sanheim. Bang for your puck for the Philadelphia Flyers. Ooh la la, speckle for Nashville of UC Soros. We have a Zuber Young Guns for Utah and a playlist for Colorado of Makar. Canvas for Toronto of Joseph Wool, bang for your puck of Adam Pellich for the Islanders, and an Ooh La La of Swayman for Boston. On a heater of Pasternak for Boston, Callum Ritchie, Young Guns for Colorado, and an electricity for the Islanders of Barzal. Dazzlers of Lane Hudson for Montreal, Young Guns renewed for Carolina of Nietzsche, and a Young Guns Deluxe, number /250 for the Edmonton Oilers of Noah Phillip. Bang for your puck of Radko Gudas for Anaheim, Oliver Kapanen Young Guns for Montreal, and a Macklin Celebrini welcome aboard for San Jose. On to box number 2. Bang for your puck of John Carlson for Washington, Samuel Honzik, Young Guns for Calgary, and a playlist for Edmonton of McDavid. Welcome aboard! Black Parallel for Chicago, a Frank Nazar, Dazzlers of OV for Washington, and a Jake Gensel, Young Guns renewed for Pittsburgh. On a heater for Detroit of Lucas Raymond, Oscar Back Young Guns for Dallas, electricity for Seattle of McCann. Outburst base for Calgary of Kadri, Brian Halonen Young Guns for New Jersey, and a playlist for Montreal of Nick Suzuki. Young Guns renewed for Philadelphia of Konechny, on tour for Vancouver of Pettersson and Hughes, and a Young Guns canvas, Connor Geeky for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Canvas of Erik Karlsson for Pittsburgh, portraits for St. Louis of Bolduc, and an Ooh La La for Calgary of Dustin Wolf. Canvas Canvas of Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen for Buffalo. Young Guns renewed for Ottawa of Brady Tkachuk. And a Portraits of Nick Suzuki for Montreal. Playlist Speckle for Vegas of Eichel. Young Guns of Noah Phillip for Edmonton. And an Electricity for Buffalo of Dahlin. Canvas of Wyatt Johnston for Dallas. On Tour for Toronto of Matthews and Marner. And an Ulala of Binnington for St. Louis. Portraits of Brendan Brisson for Vegas. Jackson Blake Young Guns for Carolina. Electricity for San Jose of Eklund. Fluorescence red for Pittsburgh of Joel Blomqvist. Portraits Speckle for St. Louis of Bolduc. And an Ulala for Seattle of Grubauer. And on tour for Edmonton of McDavid and Draisaitl, Ethan Cardwell, Young Guns for San Jose, and a welcome aboard of Josh Doan for Utah. On to box 3. On a heater, Patrick Kane for Detroit, Brandon Scanlon Young Guns for the Rangers, and an Ulala for Boston of Linus Ullmark. Oh, fun. Dazzlers of Brady Tkachuk for Ottawa, Young Guns renewed for Florida of Alexander Barkov, and a Young Guns exclusives, numbered to 100 for the New York Rangers of Victor Mancini. Portraits of Mugammadulin for San Jose. Oscar Back Young Guns for Dallas. Electricity for Dallas of Wyatt Johnston. Deluxe base, number to 250 of Leon Draisaitl for Edmonton. Portraits for Edmonton of McDavid. Victor Mancini Young Guns for the Rangers. And an Electricity for Colorado of Rantanen. A fluorescence for St. Louis of Zach Dean. On tour speckle for the Red Wings of Larkin and Raymond. And a playlist for Toronto of Matthews. Young Guns duel of Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith for San Jose. Philadelphia Flyers on tour of Konechny and Tippett. And a welcome aboard for New Jersey of Seamus Casey. Canvas of JT Compher for Detroit. Young Guns renewed for Chicago of Panarin. Portraits for Anaheim of Cutter Gauthier. Welcome aboard speckle for Pittsburgh of McGroarty. Young Guns of Daniil Misiul for New Jersey. And an Ulala of Merzlikins for Columbus. Canvas of Drysdale for Philly. Bang for your puck for Pittsburgh of Carlson, and an Electricity for Nashville of Forsberg. Canvas of Shane Pinto for Ottawa. Portraits for Dallas of Logan Stankoven, and an Electricity for the Rangers of Chris Kreider. Young Guns of Ivan for Colorado. Ulala of Stuart Skinner for Edmonton. And a Young Guns outburst for Chicago of Drew Commesso. Canvas of McAvoy for Boston. Young Guns renewed for Tampa Vasilevsky. And an on tour for Colorado of McKinnon and McCarr. Box number 4. A An on tour of Kachuk and Stutzel for Ottawa. Connor Geeky Young Guns for Tampa. Playlist for Vancouver of Quinn Hughes. Dazzlers Pink for Buffalo of Tage Thompson. Dazzlers of Logan Milo for Montreal. Young Guns renewed for Vancouver of Brock Besser. Portraits of Darlene for Buffalo. Drew Comesso Young Guns for Chicago. Ooh La La of Hellebuck for Winnipeg. Bang for Your Puck of Pasternak for Boston. Mancini Young Guns for the Rangers. Electricity for Montreal of Caulfield. On Tour Speckle for Buffalo of Thompson and Darlene. Playlist for Tampa of Kucherov. And a Young Guns clear cut for Columbus, Cameron Butler. Portrait of Frank Nazar for Chicago, Patrick Koch Young Guns for Utah, and a welcome aboard for Dallas of Maverick Fork. Canvas of Patrick Kane for Detroit, Young Guns renewed for Vancouver of Quinn Hughes, and an on tour for Anaheim of McTavish and Zegras. Welcome aboard Speckle for Calgary of Honzik, Matvei Mishkov and Ivan Fedotov for Philly Young Guns teammates, and an Ooh La La for Colorado of Georgiev. Canvas for Toronto of Morgan Riley, Portraits of Mishkov for Philly, and an Electricity for Boston of Brad Marchand. Canvas of Gustav Forsling for Florida, Bang for Your Puck for Washington of Obi, and an Electricity of Kachuk for Florida. Young Guns of Alexei Kolosov for Philly, Ooh La La for Carolina of Freddie Anderson, and a Young Guns Outburst Ivan for the Colorado Avalanche. Young Guns renewed for Tampa of Braden Point, on a heater for Vegas of Eichel, and a Young Guns canvas for the Philadelphia Flyers of Jet Luchenko. All right, last box mojo. Portraits of Liam Ogren for Minnesota, McGroarty Young Guns for Pittsburgh, and an Electricity for New Jersey of Jack Hughes. That's nice. Dazzlers for Anaheim of McTavish, Young Guns renewed for Detroit of Lucas Raymond, and a population count 500 for the Montreal Canadiens, Lane Hudson. Lane Hudson. On tour of Larkin and Raymond for Detroit, Devin Cooley Young Guns for San Jose, Ooh La La for Chicago of Mrazek. Portraits of Draisaitl for Edmonton, Akurati Young Guns for Utah, Electricity of Travis Sanheim for Philly. Nice. We have an on a heater speckle for Boston of Pasternak, Ooh La La for Montreal of Montembeault, and a program of excellence, black and white canvas, Lucas Cormier. Congrats, super. Lucas Cormier, black and white, POE. On tour of Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou for St. Louis, Patrick Giles Young Guns for Florida, and an Electricity for Vegas of Mark Stone. Canvas of of Heiskanen for Dallas. Young Guns renewed for Boston of Pasternak. Portraits of Zach Dean for St. Louis. Electricity Speckle of Matt Boldy for Minnesota. Young Guns teammates for Montreal of Milo and Hudson. Playlist for Dallas of J-Rob. Canvas of Taylor Hall for Chicago. On tour for the Rangers of Panarin and Lafreniere. Welcome aboard for Philly of Mishkov. Canvas for the Islanders of Horvat. On a heater of Kucherov for Tampa. Playlist for Vegas of Eichel. Outburst base for Anaheim of Leo Carlson. Andre Lee Young Guns for LA. Jet Luchenko welcome aboard for Philly. Last pack mojo contains a Young Guns renewed for St. Louis of Tage Thompson. A bang for your puck of JT Miller for Vancouver. And a Young Guns canvas for Nashville, Zachary Leroux. Alright, boys and girls, let's do a multi-spot random. We got the Young Gun. Three times. 1, 2, 3. The right side's got it, which is Philly.